Happy Friday! Aya here, your marketing consultant and business coach in this digital space. Here's to another week in review. But before I get to that, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my mom, Mara Hoja. She recently became a real estate agent in South Carolina and gave me the biggest lesson of them all. So I'm her go-to for all marketing and sales strategies. And the lesson that she taught me, I know so much about marketing. I live and breathe it. I also take it for granted as I assume that others know what I know. So really the lesson is I do not share my passion with a lot of people because I assume everyone knows, when in reality that's just not true, which is why I'm doing these weekly reviews. So here's what I learned the past week. Technically I knew this one a few weeks ago, but again I realized I haven't shared this knowledge with you because I assumed you already know. So some may have heard about the hashtag update on Instagram. So Instagram rolled out this update a few weeks ago saying that they want creators to use 3 to 5 hashtags within their niche. If you don't know what a niche is, think of it as your target market. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to reach with your message? This is a perfect way for you to focus on your niche and be intentional with where you post. Don't use generic hashtags as they don't really work. I also noticed that using hashtag is really not a big game changer anymore. Instagram has evolved so much the past few years that it's a platform where you nourish the followers that you already have. If you want to reach a new audience, you can go to Instagram Reels. That's the best way to go. But to make a greater impact, I would recommend exploring other platforms like TikTok. So the way that Instagram works, it only pushes your content to 10% of your actual followers. So if you want to reach new followers or if you want to reach all of the followers, you have to pay. And so another great lesson that I learned this week is that Instagram is revamping its Instagram IGTV, and it's really focusing more on the video content rather than being a photo sharing app. So that part will be very interesting to see and observe. And many content creators are getting tired of Instagram updating itself every few weeks, and I don't blame them. It can get very daunting and frustrating. No wonder many Instagram users are intimidated by the app. It's complicated for no reason. So my recommendation, go explore other platforms. Last week, TikTok surpassed YouTube in watch time and engagement time and has hit 1 billion users. If you think TikTok is just voiceover videos filled with bad actors, you're wrong. It has evolved into something beyond that. You can do a lot of things there as a content creator, and you can actually learn and be entertained more as a consumer. So this is not a promotion at all, but more of an explanation of what TikTok is and why your assumption of what it is super outdated. If anything, it actually brings a lot of people together. It builds an actual community, which is what Instagram has been trying to do recently, but keeps failing at. Here's the final lesson of the week. This one's definitely a hard one to admit, but I promised myself to be more transparent and vulnerable. This week, as I was promoting my free class on how to become a working actor in 30 days or less, I stumbled upon a few resisting moments, especially on parts where I had to promote myself and my course. First off, if you didn't know, I'm not a fan of selling, so selling is definitely not a favorite thing of mine to do in business, which is one of the reasons why I went into sales many years ago when I was working my corporate job. I disliked the aspect of selling and promoting myself, but every day when I did, I had to show up. I built the muscle of being comfortable, being uncomfortable, talking about myself and promoting what I had to offer. Even though deep inside, I believed in my product and my ability to serve and provide phenomenal service to my customers, I just did not like to sell. I didn't like the process. But again, I got comfortable with that uncomfortable feeling. So again, many years later, this week, I found myself resisting on promoting and selling myself. I had thoughts of what would people think? What would so-and-so say? So I really had to stay true to myself and answer those doubtful thoughts in my head. I really had to get honest and ask myself, what is stopping me from promoting my course? What is stopping me from selling myself as a service provider? First one's inevitable, right? I don't like to sell. But what about the rest? So-and-so may judge you? Well, obviously then they're not your target market. Next, what will people think? Well, we can't know what people think for sure since you're depriving them of knowing what you're up to and what you provide. Next, crickets, silence. Then I take a deep breath and I remind myself that this course, that my service, that my purpose is bigger than my purpose, right? It's bigger than my ego. I'm doing a disservice if I do not serve my people. I am doing a disservice if I do not share what I know with the people who would love to work with me. I'm doing a disservice to God, to the universe, to the source, to make my impact on this world. So again, I ask, what is holding me back? And the answer? Nothing. Just fear. So I remind myself of the disservice that I do if I don't, put on my big girl pants, and then I step up to the plate. So this experience, this knowledge that I bear is unique. The amount of care that went into my course, into my service, into wanting to make an impact is huge. I must do this. I have no other choice. And so if this resonates with you in any way, let me know in the comments, because I know that I'm not the only one that feels this way. Whatever you may be resisting or fearing, truly ask yourself, what is holding you back from moving forward? How can you overcome it? How can you overcome that negative voice and just do it anyway? I wish you the best because you deserve the best. Until next time.